How many journalists in this room carry romantic memories of the early days of our careers? Yeah, I know. Remember those dot matrix printers and the wire actually... Remember there was no internet? How did we research? All right. The reality is that for most of us, our professional growth involved long hours, remember, very little compensation, and an unwavering belief that you had this really important story to tell. Throughout tonight's celebration, we will all have the privilege of acknowledging some exceptional young journalists who are using their platform to share their extraordinary stories in their own distinct voices. Tonight, we celebrate 3 new storytellers. To announce the recipients of the CJF-CBC Indigenous Journalism Fellowship for 2023, we are thrilled to be joined by an esteemed member of our community. Not only is she a member of the board of CJF, but she is a recent recipient of 2 of global journalism's highest honors, the Pulitzer Prize and the Peabody Award. She's incredible. She's a hero for many of us. For her podcast story, Stolen: Surviving St. Michael's. It's a personal account of the generational traumas that took root in the residential school system. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Connie Walker.
Thank you. Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to do that. Thank you so much. I'm just so thrilled to be here tonight to honor the next generation of Indigenous journalists. The CJF-CBC Indigenous Journalism Fellowships were established in 2014 with a mission to amplify Indigenous voices and foster better and more widespread comprehension of Indigenous issues for all Canadians. The award provides 3 early career Indigenous journalists with a career-changing opportunity to explore issues of interest while being hosted for 1 month at CBC Indigenous in Winnipeg. We want to thank tonight's travel sponsor, Porter, who will be supporting the travel of our 3 fellows to and from Winnipeg for this exceptional opportunity. I'm really honored to be here tonight to present these fellowships because honestly, it doesn't feel like that long ago that I was, an early career journalist. And I'm lucky, I feel grateful right now to be in a place where I'm supported to tell stories like Surviving St. Michael's. And while this was a very personal story for me and my family, the truth is that it could have been told about any Indigenous family in any Indigenous community in Canada and the United States. Every one of our communities has a story and has a history that deserves attention and investigation. And I believe it's all of our responsibility as journalists to help support Indigenous people to tell our own stories. And I'm so grateful to the CJF for making space for this. And I want to say big congratulations to this year's 3 very worthy recipients. Let's please say hello to Tanner Isaac, Sara Kanutski, and Tchadas Leo.
Hey there, my name is Tanner Isaac. I am from Listuguj Mi'kmaq First Nation, and I just want to take a moment to thank CBC and CJF for choosing me as a winning recipient for this year's Indigenous Journalism Fellowship Program.
Hi, I'm Sara Kay. My spirit name is Ping, which is Dancing Star in the Water, and my family is of Lake Helen First Nation. When I got the news about the fellowship, I was beyond excited.
This fellowship is a great opportunity for me to learn and grow within the journalism industry and really focus in on Indigenous topics that matter to me.
On November 25th, 2012, my brother Chris Metallic went missing in Sackville, New Brunswick while attending university. And throughout these past 10 years, we've dealt with journalists who are uninterested and just there to get the job done. Journalists who've twisted the story completely. But what stood out to me the most was seeing the journalists who legitimately care and want our truth out there. And I think that's where my inspiration comes from. I want to be able to talk to families with missing loved ones and tell their stories and tell their truth.
Learning how to share stories and bring light to stories is so important to me, and I am beyond thrilled to take the opportunity on.
With this fellowship, I had proposed the idea of seeing why the poverty line is increasing for the majority of people in Winnipeg, but not so much for the Indigenous community, and that's what I want to dive into. This opportunity inspires me to dig deeper, work harder, especially with an award like this. It's a new place, a new province, and I'm really excited to learn and grow with this award.
I'm going to use this time at the fellowship to listen, learn, and reflect. In a lot of ways, I'm reconnecting with who I am as an Ojibwe Cree person, and bringing light to stories that are important to me and my community is helping me move forward in a lot of ways. So I'm watch for the opportunity. I'm excited to meet some of you in the near future, and thanks again.
Thank you so much to CBC and CJF. I hope I make Lissaguj proud.